in our community, they put the woman on a pedestal in our community.
But you know, but that's what I didn't understand. Even with the Tupac Dear Mama.
Other races don't do it like we do.
Put women on a pedestal.
Not like we do. The black race does the worst.
When you look even into the Asian community, the grandmother is valued and respected more. The grandfather still gets the money and he makes the decisions. But the grandmother rests.
In other cultures throughout the world, the man is strict leader. The man is strict leader. In the black community, in the black families in America, we put the man in the mud and we put black women as she's mother God. She does no wrong. I hear what you're saying.
What she's saying is
women are propped up on a pedestal in
all cultures. Not in other countries. No, I don't
even in other countries, women are pedestalized. Whereas the men are saying as though you're right. They are given the responsibility of leading, providing, and everything else. But when you talk about, but they're also the ones that take the bulk of the blame. They're also the ones that take the bulk of the responsibility when shit goes wrong.
Like, because you got to think about it, men die because of women.
Well, if you look into one of the biggest infatuations that Black America has, period, is the mob culture, right? If you look into the mob culture, if a child overtalk their mama, the daddy will hit the child. Mm-hmm. The women are put on a pedestal. If you look at how Italian men deal with their women, they pedestalize them. They love their women. They buy them whatever they want. If the women make a demand, they go and do whatever they want, even kill for them. However, the men are still making all the decisions and the women are put up in the house. Sicilian people behave this way. Italians behave this way, right? And we don't think about these things like that because we're so introspectively in the Black community.
We don't behave that way.
Yes, we do. We literally...
The man in the most Black households is not the decision maker.
I
would say the woman is. I would say the woman is.
No. You saying household. That means that you're placing a Black man in the household.
Jews are the only people that I know for sure that they put their how they are.
No, it's not just Jews. Even in Dubai. Not just Jews, but even in Dubai
too.
If a woman, that's Muslim community, if a woman says, I want a car that is this year, this make, this model, he don't get to give her an excuse of why he can't do it because he chose her. However, the ramifications for being a whore is different too. They will stone you. You will be in prison. You yell at a man over there, you're going to go to jail. So it's like the ramifications are different. But I will also tell you this. I don't know anybody who grew up in the Black community with a man in a house where Big Mama word overrided granddaddy's. It was never a thing until he died. Big Mama did whatever granddaddy say do. And a lot of times granddaddy was older than Big Mama.
You had a granddaddy. You speaking of kids like they all have granddaddies.
Everybody didn't have everything that I had, but we seen it. So even if you didn't see it, you can't say it never happened. I'm sure you know people who had that experience.
Have you saw
I have seen Black men who have, even pastors in the church, a lot of Black people had Black men in the community, and this is why I hate when we talk about it, because people try to pretend that wholesome, upstanding Black men were not around. They always want to result down to the Pookies and the Ray Rays and this, that, and the third. I have seen Black men take leadership. I have seen Black men be dominant. I have seen Black men. I didn't say everybody was.
Every Black man want a Rolling Stone, though. Every Black man want a Rolling Stone.
They wasn't, but if you look at...
regardless if he was a Rolling Stone, I know Rolling Stones.
They were respectful. They was well respected.
No, my granddaddy was what you would consider a Rolling Stone, but when he came in his house, it was his rules. Didn't nobody override that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Even
but what I'm saying,
that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is,
I don't like denoting Black men down to these fickle individuals and these docile individuals, because you guys are not that, and we have to stop perpetuating that as if that is a thing. Because when men are in the house, dominance automatically follows.
It's the generation
that's living in the house.
It's the generation.
And paying bills, and that's why I always challenge women when they say, you let a man come in the house with you and you calling this man a Pookie and a Ray Ray and you saying he possibly a felon. If I know anything about felons, they some of the cleanest people you know. The state will punish them and get them more time if they don't clean up their living quarters. So all of these stereotypes, we got to stop laying these things on Black men.
You speaking as if you grew up with a bunch... Can I get a word in?
I know.
You speaking as if you grew up with a bunch of strong men around you.
I did.
I grew up with a bunch of fatherless households. I knew a bunch of people who didn't have daddies. That's what I've been trying to say this for the past 5 minutes.
But I had the same thing. I had a bunch of people around me who didn't have daddies, but I also had a community full of bunch of strong men who were decision makers.
Well, that was you. I'm telling you, a lot of households are single mother, especially amongst the black community. We are the most single mother household on the planet.
But what I'm saying is, you're talking household, and I'm also telling you that men were around.
They're around, but they ain't doing what they're supposed to do sometimes. You got some black households where there's a man and woman raising kids. You got a lot of black households in America where they're single mothers. We can't argue that and say, "Oh, that's the truth."
I'm not arguing
that's the
that.
truth. You act like it doesn't exist. I'm trying to tell you, I've seen it. I'm a product of a single mother. My mother fucked me and all my brothers and sisters up. My cousins, I got other homies I grew up with. Growing up in high school, I had one close friend who was a black kid who literally grew up with his mom and daddy. I was shocked. When I met him, I was like, "Damn, your mom and dad both in the household."
I'm sorry that happened to you, but what I'm telling you is my best friend has a mom who has 3 other kids aside from her. All of those kids have a different dad. She has 3 siblings in-house, and every single last one of them have a different dad. I grew up with a dad. I also seen her mom with a man. I also seen her mom deal with men who would help and aid her. So what I'm saying is, although her household comprised of no man, and she grew up as a single parent household,
that's one good example.
That's not one good example. You cannot minimize or outline my experience because you don't agree. That's not an extreme.
It was 4 of us, and we all 4 had different dads. You saying
that's 3? Not an extreme.
I know 5 people who have 5 different daddies. Their mama was a hoe.
So it's a common thing.
It is what it is. I mean,
so it's a common thing.
But all I'm gonna say, I understand where you're coming from.
It's duality. Because
I saw it, and the fact is, in the community, what we see is, like we said, it's the same man fucking the different women that having different kids. What? You got Pookie got 5 different baby daddies. You got 5 different baby mamas.
She's saying a fact.
You got a lot of men.
But that's not my point.
I promise you, I can tell you right now. I don't know what statistic they might not even be in the system.
It's the truth.
But you got most men, just like we always say, women be fooling around with the same type of man. Yeah. That's why a lot of men probably still virgins. You got a lot of men that probably ain't never had no pussy, because you got Keisha, Tawanda, Shaniqua fucking the same man.
There are a lot of men.
You understand what I'm saying?
In the hood.
Let me say something.
Do you understand
I'm gonna put it like this. You got a lot of Pookie and Ray Rays not fighting for no kid that they had a one night stand with. Half of the time, most of these mamas and single mothers were one night stand. These men ain't fighting for them kids. They ain't fighting to be in the house with these women. They never was with them women. Half of them women was was a single mother from the start. They weren't in a relationship with these men. They fucking just to be fucking.
A lot of the men are having all the children, is what she's saying. Which that is a fact. That is a fact. There's a nice guy who might have 1 kid, but there's a bad boy who got 12 kids. That is fact.
They don't even know their sister and brother. They fucking each other.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
Especially in ghetto neighborhoods, she's telling the fact.
That's not what I'm saying.